Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is part 2 of my bathroom renovation. Last week I built the base cabinet for the future vanity I will be building and installing using this image as an inspiration. This week's video officially kicked off demo day. This is probably one of the more exciting parts of any renovation before getting to all the pretty stuff. Before I could begin tearing down and clearing out the space, I needed to empty out this vanity. After I was done tossing what we no longer needed and saving the rest, I needed to remove the baseboards. Using a knife, I scored all of the caulking before ripping off the baseboards. I like using a putty knife because it's thin enough and gets in there really well. I also removed the transition piece, but made sure to save it so I can use it for later. Next, it was time to remove the vanity. I made sure to score the caulking on this as well, so when I ripped it off the wall, it wouldn't damage the sheetrock. It was heavier than I was comfortable lifting on my own, so I called in my husband to help put it on the furniture dollies. This actually turned out to be a longer process than I thought because I didn't measure and didn't realize that this vanity was way too wide to fit through the door and the hallway all in one piece. So we removed the vanity top and sinks first and then moved on to separating the 3 pieces in order to get them out of the restroom. With that out of the way, it was finally time to start the fun stuff, removing the floor. I've seen people remove tile by hand, and although it's 100% possible, I personally wouldn't because it takes way more effort and time. I feel like time is money, and instead I've found that renting a hammer drill is worth every single penny. I spent about $75 for a full day rental. Removing the tile only took 30 minutes, so I could have done it in the 4-hour mark and returned it back for about $60 something, but since I had rented it so late, I waited until the next day to return it. I started off with a flat attachment, but I found that using the thicker bit worked better for me. Putting pressure up against the tile makes the drill do the hammer motion, pulling back makes it stop. Removing mortar takes far more effort if it stays behind on your floor and is by far more time consuming. Because my bathroom is not all that big, we decided it would be not only easier but less time consuming to just remove the hardy board altogether and just replace it instead of trying to remove the mortar and salvaging the hardy boards. Hopefully this makes sense, because to me it makes sense more financially to spend a little bit extra money for new hardy board than to spend so much time trying to remove all of that mortar that was taking literally hours to remove. After picking up all the mess, I vacuumed everything. There were still edges and corners that needed to be cleaned up, so I made sure to get that all up as well. Next, I moved on to marking off where I needed the plumbing to go for the double sink, since the plumbing is set up for one sink. I want to have it set up for two in the wall like it's supposed to. While I still had some time, I went ahead and removed the window trim because I will be replacing it to match the simplicity of the 1x4s I will be using for the new baseboards. Remember when I popped off and removed the hardy board, I didn't remove the screws. So at that point, I removed them so I could have a completely clean floor ready for new hardy and flooring. That's all I could get to this week, but my new bathtub has just arrived, so I'm excited to remove the old one and rip down that old tub surround and install the new tub. So stay tuned for next week's episode where we will continue this demo so we can start installing all of the new and pretty stuff. I'm excited to continue to share this project with you and hope you are enjoying the process. I love y'all, be kind, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.